All right. Welcome back to another video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. So one of the things that they used to do when my targeting first started, when it first started, but when I started to become aware of what they had been doing and what they were doing to me, all right, is having, women with big booties, the honey traps in my path. So I'm in the Stop and Shop, and they were doing the same thing, like having women walk in the aisle with big butts, trying to entice me with their big booty. I'm like, no, thank you. A lot of Hispanic women in there too. I think this is the first time that I've been in that food bazaar, not Stop and Shop, sorry, food bazaar, in where you had a lot of Hispanic women, with some big derriere, and they wasn't fat either. I'm not talking about fat women with big butts. I'm talking about they were, healthy, thick, right? And some slim thick, okay? And as I was putting the food in the pull bag I have, one of the black women, this and the black female, comes down next to me, turned around, to show me her big booty. And I was like, okay, it's nice, but I know that's what y'all lead with. They got y'all leading with y'all booty. Why do you think, again, I'm gonna expose them in a way in which they need to be exposed? Why do you think when you see particularly black women taking pictures, they're always taking pictures leading with their ass? Meaning that they turned around, they either sticking their ass out, right? So why is it that they always showing their ass? Even the ones that don't have any ass, right? Why is that? Right? Why is the one they always sticking their ass out, right? See the perp right there? Yeah, look at the perp right there. Yeah, I see you looking at buddy. That's the perp right there. They'll always send some perp to try to engage in, this staring campaign. All right, you can stay all you want, buddy. Stay all you want. So anyway, go to social media. You'll see what I'm talking about. Just as how you have black men, in particular, wearing their pants below their ass. Some of them all the way down to their damn knee, which is ridiculous. Some of the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. Right? But that's normal to them, right? You have a lot of women, particularly black women. They're always taking pictures, and they lead with their ass. All right? That is a form of conditioning. Do you see any other group of women taking pictures like that? At least to the absurd levels of black women you've seen taking pictures like that, huh? So yeah, like I said, you gotta look at things on a deeper level. We look at things on the surface, right? We look at things on the surface and we just, just like, hey, it's the surface level shit. It's more than that. It's a deep psychological condition that we don't even quite understand, right? And it's, they'll tell you that, it's cool, I tell you, how many times I've seen some nice young black women, or some nice black women, it's not always young, okay, because I tend to forget to that my age, that they are dudes wearing their pants below their ass at my age, and I'm 53, and that has never been an appeal to me, okay? So like I said, they know which kind of personality to indoctrinate with certain things, and which type of personality to indoctrinate with other things. There's always a contingency for their contingency. All right. Look at the military psyops training. They have contingencies 10 deep, covering every angle. Right? Covering every angle. But we just look at things that what's in front of us. And that's it. We are surface people. When we talk about we deep, how are we deep? We don't think deep. You know, as far as our emotion, they're not deep, they're shallow. And what I mean by that in terms of our emotions, meaning that they have conditioned us, particularly black people, to become overly emotional about things that even though we should be emotional about, like I said, we take it to the 1000%. Right? Everybody else is on 100, but we take it at 1000%. So that's what I mean, meaning that they can manipulate our emotions at will. Okay? So anyway, as I was saying, you got to look at things at a much deeper level, a much broader level. And again, that's why, you know, with me being a TI, when I started to study what was being done to me, I saw the same thing happening to that was being done to black people too. They just couldn't realize it. They couldn't understand. They couldn't see it. Okay? And why? Because you see, the dark triads, those in the U.S. security agencies, the military, who engage in non-consensual human experimentation, okay, particularly using newer weapons, silent sound, right, microchipping. I tell you, in the very beginning, you know, they're telling the people one thing, but telling me something else. They were telling me, yeah, we're going to put black people into slavery. And I said to myself, well, you know, I haven't committed any crime, so what's all of this? And if I have committed a crime, then don't I have a right to, you know, to a fair trial or whatever, to face my accusers or accuser, right? But that's not what they're about. That's not what it's all about. That's just a facade. It's about manipulating those of us who they feel is a threat, and doing it covertly, and doing it psychologically, technologically, covertly, covert physically, I should say. All right, so talk about illegal drugging, sending honey traps, those who are paid to come into your space, your life, to engage in sabotage and setups. Okay? And that's what I said. When you look at black women in particular, they are being conditioned to be at war with their men. For what? Money. Money. The greatest motivation for black people is not Jesus, not God like they claim. It's money. Why? Because when you keep a people down for generation, what kind of personality do you think some of those people will have? This is why you see black women today. Oh, you gotta take me to this restaurant, to that restaurant, right? Because they want to live a life that they can't afford. And as you, as a black man who love black women, you try to make them happy, you make yourself broke. Right? You will make yourself broke. Right? Like I said, my brothers, you gotta leave them alone. They gotta come into an understanding and an awareness of what is being done to them, how they're being used. And not also that too, but you know, they will become the concubine for white men. In any society, we have a dominant group of people, particularly the women of the subordinate class, will always be the concubine of those men in the dominant society. All right, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to say this. All right, I'm saying it because it's true. Look at the history. Right? Look at the history. And so how are they doing it? By giving jobs to women in corporate America, in finance, in education, in which they're around white men and white women. And because they are easily manipulated, because again, the nature of women, they understand human beings, the minds, they've studied us. And as a black person, I know that, yeah, they had black people in zoos studying us like animals. Right? They got us making videos for them about how to sell to the Negro. I've never seen white people make a video on how to sell to white people. I've never seen Asian, Hispanic, Arab people making a video about how to sell to their people. Right? But you could go watch the video online. So, like I said, when I say these things, I don't say it to say it. I back it up with facts and truth. All right? Like I said, I don't gotta lie. I don't gotta manipulate. I don't gotta go behind somebody back and get somebody to lie about that person and try to sabotage that person because of some fear that I have. Right? If I have fear, that means that, what does that mean? That means that I'm not as good as I say I am. Right? That means that I don't want to compete with other people because they may be better than me. You know, you got a white girl. Same with her here. They're back to the white girl theme again. It's always the same shit over and over. But I like to point it out because, again, it doesn't really bother me or affect me. But I do like to point out just sort of the pattern. And it's the same pattern, the same tactics, same method over and over again. They may throw in something new now and then, but it's always the same. All right? Anyhow, talk to you guys in the next video.